Collective. It's Michaela here, and you can call me Kay. This is Kayology, my channel all about astrology. We do tarot these days, and yes, I am here to motivate you in any way possible. Okay? I don't know why I started in this energy, but I'm just going with it. Okay, so today we are doing a video kind of more so about your persona. Okay, and who is whispering behind the scenes about it? How are you being personified? How are you being perceived, really? But you know, it's just it's a cute little title to do it, because I like these readings, right? Sometimes we be in our own world, we be doing our own things, and sometimes we have no idea that in someone else's finite mind, in someone else's world, in someone else's POV, we are being perceived in ways that kind of go beyond, all right? Some of you, you're being seen as kind of like a double agent. Maybe someone's like surprised about who you are, maybe in a public setting, as opposed to who you are when they're alone with you. Okay. There's something also about fantasies. Okay, y'all. Like last night, I had the weirdest dream, and it was like this strange fantasy, and I was like, what is happening? Okay, look, I don't judge, because you know, whatever you're into, if it's consented, go off, make yourself happy, and maybe whoever you're with. But like, this was a very strange fantasy that popped into my dream state, and I was like, oh my gosh, is this about the collective? Like, what is going on? um so yeah, that could come up in the energy as well. I said it in our last video. I don't know what's going on with my voice, but I said it in the last video. We have a Mercury retrograde happening right now. So yes, past energy might come up, y'all. So if you don't want to hear it, click away. Click away. Don't get in this comment section, y'all, and be like, I don't want to hear from my ex. I don't want to hear from my ex. Okay? I don't want to hear it. Okay? If you click on a read and it's like, I'm sorry, babes, it's about your ex, right? Let me hold your hand when I say this. It's about your ex. Baby, click away if you don't want to hear it, please. Because y'all get in this comment section sometimes, and I just be like, I just be reading the energy, I swear. I just be reading the energy. Like, I would always hope that every single thing, especially my Aquarius rising ass, I would hope that everything's always new and fresh and cool. But sometimes, baby, it just pops up. Sometimes it just pops up. And these people always want to say they changed, and they want to way back in, and they want to be with you. It is what it is. I am literally yapping. So yeah. There'll be 3 different piles to choose from. Okay, so it's 3 groups, 3 different piles of cards. Pick your image, and I'll see you at your reading. Before we get started, yes, I have finger condoms on, okay? They're finger protectors. I've learned some very important lessons about nails and proper products for nails and who you should let touch your nails. So there's that. I'm on my Michael Jackson today. Hehe. Okay? Don't come for me, group 1. All right? Group 1, 3, and 4. Oh, gosh. But it's okay. I'm about to make it work for me, all right? Protection first, self-care first, period. Okay? So I want to see who is whispering behind the scenes about you, okay? Who can't say it to your doggone face is what I want to know. All right. Who can't say it to group one's freaking face? Is everything recording? All right, let's get into it. Um, this definitely has something to do with the workplace. This is what I got out earlier. I'm going to re-roll it just to make sure. Who are these people for group one? Who are these people? Spirits, spirit guides, ancestors. How y'all doing? Okay, let me stop. Okay. Yeah, like, we here. Okay. Who are these people? Yep, Taurus again. Taurus, it could literally be a Taurus. We got Capricorn energy here. Let me make sure that's Capricorn. Yeah, that's Capricorn. Oh, yeah, Capricorn energy, Saturn energy, and fourth house energy. So this could be a fourth house Taurus. It's actually Aquarius rising, period. Or this is like family. That's a Taurus. Or it could be a Taurus moon person. Or once again, we come back to this person could be very private, actually. This person could be super duper private. And also, it could be somebody in the workplace. Because the fourth house is like privacy, secrecy. So it's a very secretive Taurus person. Group one. Yeah. All right. Who is this person for group one? I feel like you guys are very sarcastic. Okay? Like you guys are very sarcastic. I don't know why that's coming up. Because I also feel like this is just somebody who maybe like misunderstands you. Because sarcastic people, you can be misunderstood. Sarcasm is kind of like joking. Okay. Keeper of Tales. Legend. But it came out in reverse. I don't know. I keep hearing they don't know what they're talking about. Whoever this person is, they don't know what they're talking about. This could be somebody who cares a lot about their looks, about how they are, like beautification, okay, Taurus, of course. So this person cares a lot about how things look. They care a lot about like their clothing, their hair, their nails, also being presentable. And then reader. So yeah, this person like they could read a lot, or they constantly like putting their they constantly like taking in new information. This definitely does feel like a Taurus. This definitely does feel like a Taurus moon person. Okay. Yeah, this person spends a lot of time at home, which what Taurus doesn't. What Taurus doesn't spend a lot of time at home. They spend a lot of time at home, fourth house, and at work. That look, okay. So this is strong Taurus energy for sure. Um, they could also like maybe doing their own hair. I'm hearing like an old truck in the background, okay, outside. So yeah, like this person could have like an old truck, or they like cars as well. But yeah, this person loves reading. I'm also hearing smut. They like reading smut. Okay, for whoever that's for. Okay, so we're going to move forward. Oh my gosh, like it feels so weird. I feel like my hands look so crazy. Okay, so that's who this person is. Now, let's talk about how they are seeing you, because it's like this is definitely kind of like a how you're being perceived type read. But I kept getting like this person personifies you as somebody who's like super sarcastic, like you don't take anything seriously, like I'm also hearing like what is all this for? What is all this for? So maybe this person doesn't see like a lot of purpose in your life, or they don't understand what you do, even maybe for a living, or they don't understand like what it is of importance to you. Like they don't understand where you're coming from, okay? Like how you're thinking, what you're doing, why you do what you do. They just feel like you make a lot of just like sudden movements, and you're very like sarcastic about life, maybe even dark humor. You could have like a lot of dark humor jokes and stuff. Yeah. What I say about dark humor. So this person feels like you are a gambler with your life. With the Eight of Swords, they feel like you cut people out of your life, or you're just very. This person feels like you're very isolated, or at least you're isolated with your thoughts. Like what you say out loud is always kind of like jokey, or just passive, but they feel like the big stuff, or the most important stuff, they feel like you're a babbler. Okay, they feel like you talk about a lot of unimportant things to distract from the fact that you don't trust them, or that you don't want to like share the nitty gritty, like the important things. So maybe you guys do talk, but you don't talk about things that they feel like is important. I could imagine that a Taurus would probably think that like money, or a 5-year plan for your finances are important, or where you want to be in 10 years is important. But you might be someone who just talks about like current events, or just like randomized ideas that come to your head, and this person doesn't understand like where you're coming from, why you talk about the things you talk about, what you're interested in. They don't get it. They're like, why does this person do this? Like, who? I'm also hearing, who do they think they are? Yeah, but your spirit seems like you're exactly who you think you are, okay? So, I just, can I get one more for their persona, or what they think about group one? Okay. You make a lot of sudden changes to this person's perspective. To this person's perspective, you make a lot of sudden changes, and they could think that you're maybe like manic, or you have like episodes of just like manic behavior where, maybe you get a burst of energy, and now you are at the store in the middle of the night, or at the gas station in the middle of the night getting a slushie or something like that. I don't know. Like, maybe you do a lot of things that to them seem manic, but I would say to a Taurus, anything out of a normal routine probably seem manic, right? And I'm not trying to be, judgmental towards Tauruses, but Tauruses like their routines, they like their comforts, they have like things that they do as kind of, I wouldn't say rituals, but it's like a lot of Tauruses have a natural routine of things that they like to do on the day to day that center around their job or what they do to make money. So, they wake up, they have their favorite coffee from either their coffee shop, or, they literally ground their own, coffee beans. Like a lot of, what I'm saying? Like a lot of Tauruses, they have like very specific things that they like, and they will do those things as a routine forever. Okay. So it's like a Taurus will have like coffee beans that they buy from a coffee shop downtown in their community, that they go home and they ground themselves and they make their own espresso. You know what I'm saying? And some Tauruses, they just buy the same coffee from the same place forever, and never get tired of it. Of course, if you're a Taurus watching this and you're thinking to yourself, I don't do that, well, I would probably assume you have some type of air or fire in your chart that helps you to switch things up. Okay. Um, but yeah, like that's kind of the vibe I'm getting here. So to them, your persona is manic because you're always trying something new. You always want to do something new. Sometimes you might pull back on your energy, like you're not talking to them, you're not doing anything that is visible with this Eight of Swords. Like you're to yourself, you're in your head. And then other times you are maybe partying, drinking, smoking. Um, I'm also hearing just want to feel something, okay? It's like sometimes you're just out, living life. It might even seem like you have like certain addictions or dark sides about yourself that maybe is the reason you kind of stay to yourself. This person feels like you're mentally, yeah. Okay, so now we're getting to like what they're saying behind the scenes. Okay, so this person is very concerned about your mental health, and when they talk about you, they talk about like, I'm just afraid that this person like has like some type of bipolar disorder, or I'm just like very concerned about like their mental health. I just don't ever know like how they're doing. They don't ever talk to me about like what they're going through or how they feel. And they're just always trying all these different things, like trying to maybe you change jobs frequently, or you're trying to figure out like what you want to do for a living. And this person, they stick with what's safe, they stick with what's comfortable. Nothing wrong with that, but not everybody's journey is the same. So they're looking at your life outside of theirs, where they have their routine, they do their same beauty regimen, and they they in bed at 8 o'clock in their footy pajamas and their very comfortable sheets, okay? Egyptian cotton and stuff, like they have their rituals and things that they do, and they see that like you're constantly changing the game and trying to find maybe your place in the world. And when they try to talk to you about it, or even when they try to maybe check on you on your social medias or whatever, it's like you are joking, or you are like using dark humor, or saying like you're being very sarcastic, and you're not actually being like real in their perspective. They just feel like you're a gambler. Like they're saying that you're gambling with your life, um, throwing away your valuable years, even with gambles. So they're saying that you're overly secretive, you don't fucking talk. And like literally the curse word and everything is like kind of the vibe here. They're like, you don't freaking talk, you don't tell me what's going on, I don't know how your mental health is. I feel like I just anyone who lives their life like this, in this way, so manic and all over the place, like there's no way that they're doing mentally okay. Like how can they be okay living like this? Like not really knowing where they're going to be in the next 10 years. Like how can they live like that? Yeah. Okay, so now I want to get some clarifications. I'm going to get another row. So another one for this 8 of Swords. Thanks. Yeah. Okay. So to this person, you seem highly emotional, and like maybe you are moved by your emotions. Another one for this Wheel of Fortune. Okay, somehow connected to this. And you don't know how to work with other people, hence why they're saying like you don't communicate what's going on, especially if you do work with this person. Like they have their way of getting things done. You might try something a little different every day because you just want to feel something. You want to, make life interesting. And they're like, no, just stick to the plan. Just stick to, the normal way that you were trained to get this thing done. Why do you always have to do something different? Why do you always have to try something out? Like, just go with the way it's supposed to be done. You're like, you're so reckless. Reckless. This person sees you like very reckless, and you unnecessarily make things like you give this person anxiety. Like you really make them stressed out. You really stress this person out because it's just like they might question your capabilities because of how maybe emotionally honest you are, and it comes across very sarcastic and like dark. And for example, this person could, see you walking into the workplace or what have you, or you call them, you're on the phone or whatever, and they're like, "Hey, how are you doing?" And you're just like, "Don't want to be here. Don't even really want to, be breathing, but I'm here. Hey, ow, have fun while I'm here. Whoop. You know, and it's just like it's not that you actually don't want to, be here or be alive. It's just life sucks sometimes. And emotionally, are you like a water sign or something, or do you have like water placements? Yeah, now I'm here like, I don't want to be alive. I don't want to be alive. I just want to die today. I just want to die. But it's not that you actually want, it's like very gothic. It's not that you actually want to die. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not that you actually want to die, but it's just like, if you feel like the energy around you is like dead, like you don't want to work today. You don't want to be, you know, productive today, but you're here. You're here. You're holding it together. You're doing what you're supposed to do. But this person feels like you shouldn't say that. Like you shouldn't say exactly how you feel because it makes you come across unstable. But if you were unstable, you wouldn't be there. You wouldn't be moving forward and being productive. So yeah. Okay. I hope I don't get flagged. But yeah, this person thinks you're not a team player because of how emotional you are. You're just too maybe emotionally authentic for you to be a team player, either in this connection or in the workplace. Okay, another card for the devil. Another card for the devil. I don't think there's anything wrong with being real. I feel like if you still show up and you do what you're supposed to do, yeah. So they're also saying behind the scenes, like, whispering in other people's ears, saying, under their breath, like, you need to stop being so isolated. You need to obviously go and talk to someone, get some help, Mind you, like you could totally have a therapist and all different types of stuff, but this person feels like, you need to get a new therapist. You need to like come up with ways to be more pleasant, more professional even. Like stop bringing your problems to the workplace. It's toxic. To be so emotionally honest is toxic. Like it makes a toxic work environment for the rest of us. We don't want to deal with your problems every day. Like you really slow down the productivity or the morale of the community. Like ugh, it's just it doesn't help. It doesn't help anybody. Yeah. We're here and clock in and clock out. Keep your emotions at home. It's just making the workplace so toxic. What is this Nine of Swords? One more for the Nine of Swords, please. This person needs to mind their business. I feel like if you're doing your job and what have you, I don't know why do you need to be concerned about the morale of the rest of the company or like of everyone else on shift? Like it's not your responsibility. Okay, that's what it is. Because okay, got it. You're the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands with the Nine of Swords. You're very expressive, but the thing about the Queen of Wands is it's going to come across sarcastic, especially if you're like a person who has water and fire. It's going to come across like dramatic to somebody who is a earth sign. And I'm also hearing like you're not bothering everybody. You're not bothering everybody. It's just this one person who feels like you should, just come in, be quiet, show up, do what you're supposed to do, and just like not talk, not do anything other than the job. And everything should just be about the job and just keep everything personal at home. But I don't feel like you're pissing other people off. You're just pissing this person off. That's it. So you have this like gothic, dark, sarcastic persona to this person while let me see what the other people are feeling. Okay. Yeah, because I want to see what everyone else is thinking. Okay. Can I get two cards about what other people in this three of disc situation are thinking? Two cards, please. Like, is this true? Ah, it said 2 cards. Okay, the ones that are down. Okay. Okay. All right. You're the with the okay, so you don't cause conflict or issues. You just might be very like jokey about, okay, you make light of situations. You make light of your own emotions. You just bring this like very almost like a gesture, like, like you bring fun to situations. And maybe even if like your workplace is just very serious, like you bring a lot of like liveliness to a place that maybe is not very lively. I don't know why I'm thinking of like a nurse like at like a hospice or something like that, where it's a lot of older people, and older people, they have a lot of pain, and they can be kind of like mopey, and it's like you bring this like um movement in the energy that's like you like maybe you dance while you're like cleaning up the rooms and stuff, and like you ask people how they're doing, and you just be like, they ask you how you're doing back, and you're just like, child, never really that good, but I'm here, right? And maybe like you do smoke like cigarettes or something on your break or whatever, or like you drink on the weekends, or what I'm saying, but it's like you don't start problems, yet this person assumes that because of the things that you do, maybe off the clock, or the jokes that you make, that you're just mentally unwell. And it's just not true. Like, it's not true. You just make light of things. You're essentially transmuting energy. Like, you're a transmuter. Like, I got it. So, the Queen of Cups, you may be someone who's intuitive, sure, and you might feel the heaviness of your workplace and how serious everything is, but you take that like worry or stress, and you turn it into like a song, or you turn it into a game, or you turn it into like a witty funny phrase or a joke, to lighten the spirits of everyone, so that you can move out of that energy. Like you transmute the energy into something that can make people laugh and make people feel better. And this person's like, you're not supposed to do that. Like, this is very serious. This is a very serious thing. Like life is serious, and you can't make everything a joke. Not everything's a joke. And it's like, but why so serious? Why so serious, Taurus person? Why so serious? Okay. um I think it's a great use of your free will. Okay, I think it's a great use of your free will. So yeah, this person is talking to other people, saying you're not a team player, and that you don't stand on a united front, and that you are just always doing your own thing, and it's just not good for the community morale. Um, and you're not using your capabilities better. Like, you're capable of so much more. And they feel like if you were to be like 3 of Pentacles upright, you could maybe change your workplace or change the community in a positive way, but you don't use your gifts or abilities well. When I actually think it's the complete opposite. Because a lot of stress can really mess with your nervous system. So the fact that you're able to just essentially take that worry and turn it into so many good things, because fire is also creativity. So it's like creating good vibes off of like dirty, dark water. Okay? You surfing on it. You're surfing on it, okay? Um, yeah, I think you're really cool. Okay, F this person. I think you're cool. Anything else y'all want them to know? Is that it? Okay, that's it. So that was your reading, group number one. Keep being you. Ignore this, essentially a hater. Um, and yeah, keep being you. Keep transmuting that energy and keep bringing light and fun and jokes, even if it is dark humor, to the world. We need you. Okay. Hold on, y'all. I gotta give her something to focus on. All right, she just needed something to focus on. That's all it is. Okay. It's one thing I noticed with her. She just needs something to focus on. Something to focus. Something to focus. Okay. Now, here's the sitch. Here's the sitch. Okay. I don't know what person this is for you guys. Okay. All we got is a channeled song, Love You by Adele. Um, some of y'all love it when I sing, others of y'all probably not. But it's specifically these verses and the words that are chosen or that the person is singing is the important part. Whenever I'm alone with you, you make me feel like I am home again. And it's this very sultry and soulful. So this person could be very sultry, or they see you as sultry. It definitely gives Taurus because it's like this reminiscent, very sentimental vibe. Especially the way that Adele sings it. It's like a it's called Adele Love Song. Okay, so it's Adele's love song. Okay, but it's like whenever I'm alone with you, everything's like really slow. It's like you make me feel like I am whole again. It's like very like you get swept away in it. And I feel like when this person thinks of you and even like being around you, they feel like they get swept away in your energy. So it's like your persona, especially from this person's POV. I'm very interested in how they see you. Okay. I'm invested, y'all. I am invested in what this person is seeing about you. Um, yeah. So you make this person feel young, you make this person feel fun, okay? Especially if they feel like they aren't naturally, they have FOMO. Instantly, that's what I'm getting, okay? This person has FOMO, they have a hard time, like maybe being in the moment. But whenever you're around, and it's like, y'all, my throat, okay? My throat's like closing up. So this person could have a hard time expressing their feelings. But whenever they're around you, it just feels like life is easy, like life, like they're instantly in the moment, okay? And this might not have anything to do with how they treat you, all right? Because look, I could say all this stuff and then it's somebody who cheated. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, okay. But yeah, you make this person feel free, you make this person feel clean, you make them feel pure. Like there's also something about like a childhood love. Like that's kind of how this feels. I'm not saying that you guys met when you were children. I'm saying like it feels very like high school crush. Like it feels that's how you make this person feel. And it definitely feels like so just pure and real and maybe even so real that it kind of like I said, my throat, y'all, like it's even as I was like getting into the song, it's like the feelings were big, the expression was short. Okay. I couldn't even really get into like singing it because it was like I don't know if this person feels like they shouldn't feel this way or the feelings alone just overtake them. I wonder if you're in a relationship with this person. Okay. But we're gonna get into your persona from this point of view, from this POV. Hangman in reverse. Yes, you take this person out of their head. Once again, that feeling of mm, like you have like this very like warm embrace feeling. Whenever I'm alone with you. See, as soon as they think about your energy, everything is easier. when I was in their energy trying to explain it, I was like, so this person and right, but like as soon as they think about you, it's like, ah, like it feels so nice. Oh gosh, mm, 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 mm. It feels like a love reading, and we're gonna sit here and capture. Feels good. I like it. Um, we're gonna do four in this row. What else, Spirit? Because we in there now. Okay. What do y'all want to tell? What's this, group one? Oh, sure. Let's do this group one. Oh, they said group two. It's group two. Excuse me. Okay. Ever I'm alone with you. Okay, so these came out together. Death to this person cares so much about like, ugh, maybe they really are a Taurus. I'm not even considering Cap. Like this definitely feels like an Earth sign. They care about keeping themselves grounded all the time, like grounded, secure, um, never showing too much. But it's like, once again, when they're alone with you, okay, they're like, okay, it's like a complete death of that. It's almost like you pull back some type of veil with this person. And I know somebody is probably looking at this like, girl, I do all of this. Yes, just by being you. Just by being you. Just being who you are. Okay? One more. Yeah. So this is somebody who's used to being very calm, cool, collected, all of these things in reverse. They're so used to it's like you it's like you pull back whatever protections and security and predictability as well that this person is used to. When you're around, it's like the world is no longer right side up. It's like they feel like they're out of control. um yeah, they're definitely feel like they're out of control, and I think it's intimidating to a certain extent. You also brought some type of change or change in perspective of who people can be, who the opposite gender can be, especially if this is like a love connection. Like you make them think like, okay, maybe not all men are the same, not all women are the same, right? Because there's something about you, okay? Now I want to say the little chorus here. However far away, I will always love you. However long I stay, I will always love you. Whatever words I say, I will always love you, because I feel like this person doesn't always have the words to say it, but there's something about how they present themselves in this connection. Maybe they trip over their words, maybe they stare at you longer than it makes sense. Like you're speaking and they're just like, just, and you're like, are you listening? And they're like, huh? What'd you say? What'd you say? Yeah, no, I'm listening. Yes. Turnips or something. We're gonna do a second row because I heard second row. Okay. What else? Whew. Hangman, and underneath that we have Eight of Wands. Yeah, you make this person feel highly passionate, highly passionate. Oh my goodness. Mm, mm. Okay, let me ground myself real quick, y'all. I don't know whose connection this is. What's this death? Okay, we're gonna do the one on the top, but I do feel like the honorable mentions are right here. Two of Wands. Okay, so that's what it is. You release your inhibitions. Okay, so it's like th- this person could have like plans about how they're going to speak to you or things they want to tell you. Aw, this person thinks about you when you are not around them. But there's something about how you present yourself. There's something about how you present yourself that, you're the way that you are personified, the way that your ego shows up is that like you I feel like you're very in the moment. And there's things that you say that you think about, the way that you stand, the way that you even express yourself. Like I'm getting like tone, okay, the way that you present sentences. Like you know how some people will just be like, mm, okay, yes, because my partner does this, okay. And it's always like really weird. It's like um most people will just ask a question, right? And boom, they'll get the answer. But there's something about how you present even a conversation of like, do you ever think about this? And it's just like the person's like, this person, okay, they're like, no, but what about in this case scenario? And in this situation, what would you do? Right? It's like you do things that pull people to the present because you're in the present. Mm, clock it. Okay, collective. I see y'all. So you do things, you say things, you initiate experiences that bring people to the present. Okay. Um, yeah. And you stimulate this person's brain to the point where whatever plans they had to maybe talk to you about things or to present themselves a certain way, to look cool, to, you know, come off a specific way, all of those things go out the window when they see you because you are so like quick on your feet, maybe even charming, and you have a way of communicating that someone can't anticipate it, which in case you really put this person in a four of coins in reverse because it's like all the security they had from planning and even the way that they practice presenting themselves, all of that goes out the window when they experience you because you are an experience. Okay, like group number two's yeah, group number two's way of being is you are an experience, okay? You are to be experienced. You are nothing like someone's ever experienced before. You bring a depth to whatever stereotypes or preconceived notions people have about anything that has to do with you, your race, your gender, all of that, all the labels that people put on someone else, you test those things, okay? Like all women are supposed to be, and this is just stereotypical, right? All women are supposed to be indecisive. You know exactly what you want. You don't beat around the bush. You're very direct, right? And I'm just being stereotypical, y'all. Let's say all people of your culture act a specific way. You don't act that way. You don't talk that way. You don't, see the world in the same way that a lot of people mainstream would. And I see that a lot, with my spiritual girlies, my spiritual guys, okay? We are, out of the box thinkers because we're not trying to necessarily go with the thought of the collective at like a wide sense, I guess. Um, a lot of us are maybe even conspiracy theorists, okay, have, not so mainstream thoughts and opinions about things. And that's something that this person really, really, really likes about you. And it's really hard for them to socialize with people after they hang out with you, especially for like a long period of time. Like if this person has like dinner with you and then like they hang out with you over a couple of days, it's hard for them to normally socialize with people afterwards. It's almost like a craving. Like I crave the realness, I crave that directness, I crave that experience that I get with group number two. Once again, however far away, I will always want to be around you, okay? No matter how long I stay, I will always want to be around you. Like, that's kind of the vibe that it gives, okay? There's also something with this Eight of Wands that it is you could be overstimulating for this person as well, or they could be overstimulating for you. There's something about overstimulation with this Eight of Wands because as soon as the card hit the table, I felt overstimulated. It felt like a, and I was like, oh my gosh, like that's a lot. Okay, confirmation for this Four of Coins. Yeah, once again, it's when they are around you, work is not important. When they are around you, the weight of the world and all these different things that they have to do as a man, as a woman, okay, as a whatever they do for a career, all of that stuff does not matter. When they're around you, they get to just be, oh my God, I'm gonna cry. When they're around you, they get to just be a person. They get to just be a human. They just get to be themselves. Uh, and it's only the experience they can get with group number two, okay? One more. This is so deep. Yes. They hope to be connected with you, to be able to experience you. I think there is definitely some respect here. Like there's definitely like respect in this connection. Um I don't think this is even something that they're like whispering behind your back or behind the scenes. This is definitely like the whispers of their mind. I don't see them talking to other people about it. Um, this is like secret. I feel like I'm in this person's thoughts, okay? I feel like I'm in this person's thoughts, dude. But yeah, they hope to continue. They want to find reasons to collaborate with you. Um, they want to find reasons to hang out with you, be around you, especially if they're not already hanging out with you a lot. I don't. This feels like someone who wants like something in the love department from you. Um, it doesn't have to be, but it definitely feels that way. Let's see here. Who is this person? Two cards to represent who this person is for group two. Far, far away, I will always love you. Okay, Temperance, Sagittarius energy. Oh no! Oh no! Okay, so Justice and the Devil over this. Oh no! See, see, I was in it. I was in it with y'all, okay? And if y'all do this, it's to me. I should have asked this from the beginning. Ah, I'm about to cry. I'm so bad. Okay, wait. Wait, I'm making assumptions. I'm making assumptions. This is somebody that you definitely learned lessons with. Maybe even literally. Like y'all could have gone to school together, okay, did some type of certification, classes, something together. Um, because as soon as I think temperance, I think school. Okay. Also it's goes along with Sagittarius energy. Sagittarius is like ninth house. Oh, sorry, I moved the camera. Ninth house school energy. Um, but with this devil and the justice, uh, the death. Uh, I'm hearing they don't want to hold you back. This person has like an addictive personality. They get obsessive, and this is somebody who's trying to learn balance with this justice. They're trying to learn balance. And I guess that's what this Eight of Wands was. Like they don't know how to like when the party is over type thing. They don't know how to balance that out. Maybe even a physical attraction they have towards you. So they're trying to figure out how to control that because like I said, there's something about you that makes this person feel so happy like a child, but then of course they're a child, right? Like children can't really handle themselves. They get too excited. Um, if you know what I mean. No. I just mixed two innuendos together and that doesn't no. Okay. So, boom. There's something about you that makes this person feel out of control like a child in that scenario. Boom. Which in this case scenario, they get overly excited in your energy. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's like they want to respect you and maybe even get to know you. Like they want to take you out on dates, but when they see you, they want you in their bed. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay? Like when they see you, like maybe even there's a touch of this person where they get turned on by talking, okay? Like intellect, personalities. This could be like a Venus and Aquarius type person, Venus and Aquarius, Venus and Gemini. Like good conversation gets this person turned on, but they want to collaborate with you in some type of business manner, even, but they're like highly attracted to you. Seems like an HR problem waiting to happen. Yeah, okay. But it's like they want a reason to stay connected to you, which means that they are willing to literally work with you. They're willing to literally like make up reasons to stick around and be near you and to have closeness to you. So they're like this type of person who will offer you a job just because they want to be able to see you every day. No matter how far away, I will always be into you. Oh my goodness. Yeah. I don't know what y'all got going on. I don't know what y'all got going on. Like, this is actually like wild. I'm gonna have to really cleanse after this because it's not the energy I was expecting. I be feeling like also I'm getting new, like, vibes of new energy in the collective. I just want to know more about this person's energy. And then we're gonna see what they say about you. Okay. Vendor. This is a this is somebody who has their own business. So they have their one more. Oh, okay. All right. This is somebody who has their own business, definitely. But then they also have like not saying they're a liar, but it's like they purposefully kind of this is the type of person who's not going to tell you exactly how they feel. They probably just send you a song. Like they're not going to tell you exactly how they feel. They're just going to like, you know, leave it in some type of riddle or like a word game because they're trying really hard to keep everything under wraps and not make it obvious how they feel because they don't want to let this 8 of Wands out because they fear they'll like throw cautionary measures to the wind and just do something wild. All right. My. I'm just trying to figure out. I know this is going to be a little wild. These are my learning tarot cards. What are they saying? What are they saying about my collective? What are they saying? Okay. Well, hold on, y'all. I'm gonna do one more. Trust the process, y'all. Trust the process. Okay, cool. So this and Five of Cups in reverse. All right. I feel like your guides are basically saying like this person feels like coming towards you full force, and just saying how they feel would actually be a bad idea, but it's in reverse. Like I think you would actually like to know how this person feels. It'd be lucrative. I don't know, like if that's something that words they would use. It would be lucrative and it would actually be very helpful because you, for some of you, I wouldn't say that you have no idea. I think you've picked up on some of their little riddles, okay? Because they do riddles. They do like little innuendos and like certain like nods to kind of let you know, but I think some of you would like to know. It'd be super duper helpful. Okay, especially with this Ace of Pentacles. It's like they don't realize they're kind of stopping an opportunity for happiness. They're stopping themselves from being able to experience this hangman in reverse all the time. But with this devil energy, I feel like this is somebody who kind of torments themselves with stability. Like they feel like if they are, stoic and like don't show any emotions, and that they're just like, soldier like, that they like that's right. Like that's how they need to be. And I guess that's why they're like, okay, I rather just have the Queen of Wands. Okay, they definitely they think you're very, emphasis on the think. They're not saying this out loud. Because I think they're trying to avoid talking about you. Losing voice, yeah. This person tries to avoid talking about you because, once again, Eight of Wands, they don't want it to be obvious and to come off like they're in love with you, or that they are super duper invested in like you, okay? You as a person. I'm hitting the mic. Yeah. Like um Nine of Wands. It's like they think you are, I guess, yeah, straightforward. Like I was saying earlier, they think you're just so real and you say exactly what you want, and they love how decisive you are, and they love how like you don't care about what anyone thinks. Like you let it all hang out. Like you don't mind being the center of attention. Like they like when you walk in a room and everybody's staring at you. Oh my God. Y'all, like they love that. They love that. This is the type of person, like they love it to see other people recognize how dope you are. Like they like that. They like it a lot. They like it how you don't take no for an answer, that you push till you get what you want, that you're very ambitious. Like, oh my gosh, y'all, I gotta get out of this energy. I gotta get out of here. Like that, like it gets there. It gets so fiery, all right? Um, and they work hard to balance out this like intellectual, okay, now I'm getting it. They work really hard to balance out this like intellectual, laid back, easygoing version of themselves, and like the devil, okay? Like the person who's maybe a little nasty into some like real interesting things. Cuz I told y'all I had in the what did I say? In the intro, I said I had a very strange dream about like somebody had like, it was a normal dream until all of a sudden like it just started getting real actual out of nowhere. I had to jump out of there. Look, y'all, I would jump out of a dream in a second. If I don't like how things go, I'm like, all right, time to go. Bye. Abort. But it was like that. It was like just a normal dream. And it was like, I don't know if someone's like oh gosh, that's so stereotypical, but that's kind of how the dream was, like a nanny. Like you're a nanny, or like you're looking like doing some type of work where you care for people, and it's like not the person, but it's like the person's nephew or son, or like they see you do your job, they like how you do your job, and it's like they want to hire you to just continue to work for them, but it's really because they like you. Like they really like you. Oh my God, they like you so much. They like you. Okay. They like you a lot. And it's like they have these fantasies. Oh my gosh. But yeah, they have these fantasies of like taking you out and then like this is oh, they have yeah. They have these fantasies of like taking you out and then taking you home and just having a lot of fun. Yes. Um this is also something they think about you. They think that you have like a secret dark side. Um I feel like with this world in reverse, they don't feel like it's something that is necessarily over, but like they also don't feel like you would communicate it. Like they like that as well. They like that there's like with this leadership oriented charm that you have that's like straight up easygoing type thing. Not even easygoing, but like you're the type of person who can enforce rules and standards without making it um harsh. Okay, like the standards and stuff is just is what it is. um but there also is like a part of you that maybe there's times where you're more introverted or moody. God dang it, you could, if you're a woman, you could just be on your period or something, right? And they just feel like there's just so like so much mystery about you. Oh my gosh, this is this is wild. And yeah, with the Knight of Wands in reverse, they do feel like they feel like you have options. That's what it is. They feel like you have options, and they do feel like, you know, with you being the Queen of Wands and the Knight of Wands in reverse, they do feel like if they notice this about you, then there's probably tons of people on your roster and all these different people who also notice this about you. Also, something about it being inappropriate, okay? It'd be inappropriate for them to make that move. It would be risky, okay? You might even see it as like harassment. It's reckless. It's extremely reckless for them to do that. And um yeah, that so the sun in reverse could actually be them. Like they it feels they could talk about being attracted to you. Okay, so I'm getting a little picture in my mind's eye, or I guess a little um vision of essentially someone talking to someone, but it's like very hush hush. It's like I'm into this person, but I fear that, like talking to them would ruin um the business that I'm doing for their nephew, or business I'm doing for like their cousin, mom, or brother. It's like it's something about you being connected to something that has to do with their finances, and they don't want to mess that up. Yeah. Once again, they are, keep everything in control, okay? And that also could be the devil as well, like keeping themselves in control. And to be with you, it would mean being vulnerable. And they don't want to do that because they don't want to lose. They want to lose things. So yeah, that is whew, what this person is whispering, okay, the whispers of their mind behind your back, okay, behind the scenes when you're not around, okay, especially if someone's a nanny. I don't know. Uh, your boss could think you're attractive. Look, okay. Um, hmm. Anywho, uh, it also could be a client situation, like you're a client of theirs, or they're your client. And if they tell you that they're into you, then obviously you probably would, especially if you're not interested, you probably would just like leave and you wouldn't do business with them anymore. Yeah. So, that's the situation, y'all. I'm gonna hop out of this energy. I love y'all, oodles and toodles. I'm gonna go. Bye. Hello, group number 3. This is your reading about how. Oh, hold on. First of all, don't say nothing about my finger condoms, okay? They're finger protectors because you cannot just let anybody touch your nails. And, I'm just protecting my fingers while they recover from what I've been through. Okay. So I feel like I'm on my Michael Jackson. Hee hee. All right. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. It's the last thing I need. Okay. But I'm still here. I want to get out these readings. I didn't want to I didn't want to push it off because this is like a really cool idea and I just wanted to go ahead and get it out. So yeah. Anywho, group 3. What is your persona? I first want to get out the energy of the person or persons who are whispering about you behind the scenes. Okay, let's see. Mm. Cancer, so it could be family. Oh, Cancer, then Gemini. Okay, so it could be family connections. Wait, that's not Gemini, is it? No, it is. It is. Okay. Seventh house and Jupiter. Hmm. I'm getting this has been blown out of proportion. Like this is some type of rumor. It feels like some type of rumor that's like blown out of proportion because like I'm thinking of with Jupiter, how things expand. It's like some type of rumor that's blown to ridiculous proportions. Um, I feel like y'all already know about this. Oh my gosh. 3 cards. Who are these people? Okay. A careerist. One more. Athlete. Okay. So this is somebody who is like trying to use negative mm, they're trying to use negative gossip. So this could be a career risk, as in somebody who like identifies very, very strongly with what they do for a living. Or obviously this is like somebody in your workplace. Feels kind of similar to group 1, but I hope it's different. Okay, so this is somebody who identifies very strongly with what they do for a career. They're very, very competition oriented. They don't want to be exposed. My throat is like starting to do something weird. But they work. They do shady stuff behind the scenes. Like they lie. They will like lie, cheat, hit below the belt. Like that's why they're coming out as a criminal. Like they will, pay somebody to do some work on someone. Like you know what I'm saying? Like this is just like this is somebody who does really grimy stuff to make sure that they always win and that they're always on top, right? They're very ambitious, but it's not a ambition that's like in front of your face. Like this person likes to win at all costs. And for you, it comes across as like, oh, maybe you're just, if you work with this person, like to you, it's like, oh, maybe you're very forgetful when it comes time to share ideas or comes time to, assert yourself maybe in front of the boss. But behind the scenes, like this person is talking trash about you to like everybody. So like when you speak your ideas, everybody's like looking at you crazy and you're like kind of picking up on that energy type vibe. Like it could be that, or this person, uh, They do things to ensure that they're gonna win, even if that means sabotaging someone, even if that means lying on them, even if that means like putting rumors out there, even if that means like, just like bashing their name behind the scenes, like whispering in people's ears, having people not want to work with you, having like no one want, like if you have a business, they have a business, like they are trashing your names of people who might want to be your clients, right? But this is like with the seventh house, like this is somebody who they have a lot of connections. Like with the seventh house and like Gemini, like they have a lot of connections. They talk a lot. They talk a lot, and this Jupiter is like they spread this false information. They spread these rumors out in a way that's like, I'm hearing itching at the ears. Like people, they are so cunning and they explain things in a way that like draw people in, and they're like, oh, they did what? Group number three did what? They said what? They're doing this now. Oh, I didn't know that group three was into this. I didn't know that group three was hiding this. They did what? They did that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like they draw people in with this like way of communicating or speaking, and it's kind of dramatic. Um, and it's like, oh, don't worry, you can work with me. Don't work with group three. Work with me. I'm less of this and that and this. You should trust me. Trust me instead of group three. Oh my gosh. This person's very competitive, and they play dirty. Like they play really freaking dirty, y'all. Oh my goodness. They'll do anything to win. Whoever this person is, they will do anything to win. And with that being said, let's get started. What in the heck? What the heckers? Okay. I know people like this. In my own relative line, I know people like this. Okay. So, what are they saying about group number three? What are they saying about group number three? Yeah, they're talking about some type of title that you have. Some type of title. Can I get three more? They're talking about your title, your capabilities in this title, especially like if it's like a work thing. Ace of Cups in reverse. Oh, gosh. Yeah. They're saying like you're cold, you're heartless, that you're a backstabber, that you betray people. Oh gosh. Or you'll do anything. Okay, all right. So it seems that they're trying to project who they are onto you. They say like all you care about is whatever this title is. It could be like a relationship. Like if you're married or you're like a mom, like all you care about is like your kids, all you care about is like your title, or whatever you do for work. They're saying like all you do is work, but you're so heartless, and you don't have like you don't have time for this person, or you don't have time for things that are also important when it comes to relationships, because when we're talking about cups, we're talking about connections. So you're so maybe isolated. This does feel very similar to group number one. I hope I don't have to redo this. One more. They're definitely calling you like a backstabber for some reason in the world. Yeah. With the world, they've always been this way. Group three's always been like this. Oh yeah, they've always been like, a very cold person, a very calculated person. They've always been this way. Yeah, like ever since I've known them. And I've heard from other people that they're just very cold. I don't know. Like they just act like that. They just act like that. Like and that's how they speak, y'all. Like that's how it's coming up. Like, oh yeah, like they just do this, they do that, they do this. I don't know why this person speaks like that. Ew. It's like I know. I don't know why they do that. I don't know. I feel like that's gonna like give it away for someone. Like you're gonna know exactly who that is. Like they speak like, like so freaking disgusting. Because it feels fake. That's what I'm trying to say. It feels very fake. It feels very phony. Um, but I think whoever they're talking to, and the reason it's kind of like spread and expanded like this is because people like gossip. People like drama, right? I don't even know if people really believe this, but it's like I was like hearing, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Group three, yes, they're so cold. They're so like you can't trust them. I heard that they did this to this person and they just completely stabbed them in the back. This person trusted them and they stabbed them in the back, like that type of thing. And it's just like I always with the world, I always knew they had that capability because especially if you've had a connection to this person for a long time. They're like, oh yeah, like I remember when we were this age, or I remember a couple years ago, like they didn't show up for me when I needed them. Yeah, like my uncle had passed away and they didn't show up to the funeral. They didn't buy me any flowers, right? Meanwhile, you didn't even tell them there was a funeral. Like you didn't even communicate with them. Whoever this person was, they didn't communicate with you. They didn't like there's something that this person said you did to betray them, and it's like you didn't even communicate with group three. How are they supposed to know? Type thing. That's like very specific for someone, but like that's kind of the vibe I'm getting as well. Hmm. There's this person's very dramatic, very dramatic. There's also something important about like their ninth house because seventh house Gemini is like isn't that a Leo? Isn't that a Leo ninth house? A Leo ninth house? I think it is. Was it Sagittarius rising? This person's dramatic. Person's very dramatic, and they really like talk up all of these things that you did to like hurt them or betray them. Meanwhile, what they're doing, like the gossip itself, is betraying you. They're just like talking and spreading all like half truths or just straight up lies, all of this to be seen and have a better reputation than you, especially if you are similar to them in some way. I'm going to get a clarification for this. Okay, I'm going to get two clarifications for this hierophant. Two clarifications for the hierophant. One more. Thank you. Seven of Wands. Okay, so whatever you've achieved at this point, especially like in a career or relationally, like this person with this death in reverse, they feel like you don't deserve it. They feel like you shouldn't be where you are, or you've achieved it through messy dealings. Like, oh gosh, what the heck? I'm hearing slept your way to the top. So, like, you had people do you favors to get to where you wanted to go, and you tried to make it look like you made it there naturally, but you didn't. Or you, like, with the Seven of Wands, it's like you'll do anything to. You'll do anything to achieve where you want to go, even if that means like doing something shady or like, yeah. So that's what this person's saying. Like if you're in a committed relationship or something like that, because there is something about like love. Like this person thinks that like, oh, this person's only with them because of their looks, or this person's only with them because of money, or you're only with your partner because of money. They only made it in this career because they have family that gave them a leg up, or this person doesn't know what it's like to have to because the hierophant, they have a good reputation based off of what they know, what they've learned, and just kind of like making it up the system to get to where they want to go. And it's kind of like they have a great reputation because of that. They're saying, like, no, it's not because of that. You just had good luck and you just ran into the right people at the right time. And you don't know what it's like to have to work hard for things. With the Seven of Wands, yeah. Yeah, I'm literally crying. They're just so shady. They're just so shady. Like they just they do anything to make it. What projections? Because I feel like that's who this person is. Oh my gosh. These are just heavy projections. What's this Ace of Cups? Two for the Ace of Cups, please. Yeah. Okay, so somehow it's connected. Yeah. This kind of goes with the cold thing I was talking about with this King of Swords in reverse. You're very cold, calculated, and, money focused. Okay, so now it brings me back to this Hierophant. So let's say you work a job and it's like you're a doctor, you're like a lawyer, teacher, or something. It's like they are saying that everything you do is for money. Everything you do is for, a comfortable lifestyle. Like it's not about hard work, dedication, or giving to the community, even. Like it's all about money for this person. They're just so cold, like they'll cut off anybody. Okay, so somebody's got a strong cutoff game. They'll cut off anybody. They'll do whatever they need to do to make it. They'll do whatever they need to do, even if it's backhanded. And I myself, oh, once again, y'all, it's like, oh my gosh, I'm channeling this person's energy. And it's like kind of freaking me out a little bit. So they'll do anything to make it, anything, even if it means like losing their soul. Like, why is this person trying to act like they care so much? I guess that's how they get people to listen to this trash, is because they come across like, oh, they care. What is this 10 of swords? One more for the 10 of swords, please. Okay. 6 of cups with the star in reverse. Yeah. Inauthentic. But at the end of the day, the star in reverse is still the star. The star in reverse is still the star. Okay, so that's where all of this is coming from. Whoever this person is, I think that you were either like work friends or you were like working with this person in some type of collaborative effort, or you were just a part of some type of group with this person, like a club or something where it was multiple, like there was a multiple people and you were a part of this group. So it could be coworkers, it could be like a friend group, or family group, because we did have Cancer before we had Gemini that came out here. So it's like there was some type of collaborative effort, and this person felt like you broke away from the community to shine on your own. And even though you're shining and you become the Hierophant, like you've gained a very prominent place, or your work shows. Like what you've done in your life, it shows, right? Like let's say you left this friend group, and when you left the friend group, you ended up getting married, or you ended up having a child, and it's like now you have your own community in a different way, and it allows you to shine individually. Well, this person is taking it uber personal because they're just like, well, we all used to shine together. Like, why do you think you're so important? Why do you think you're so special, right? Yeah, y'all all work together. You left that job. When you left the job, you ended up getting a better job, better opportunities, and now you have a you're making more money, and it shows. And it's just like, oh, this person did all of this stuff in the background. Like, I know that they didn't make it naturally. Like, they must have flirted, Seven of Wands. They must have did something to get to where they are. Something, right? It's like, okay, thanks for letting group three know that they're attractive, or because there is something about that. Oh my gosh. Like, I'm also getting like, okay, boom, you're in some type of like workout group as well. You break away from the group, you lose the weight, or you get buff, or you look you have a better physique on your own. It's something where you were with people and y'all were all collaborating together, and then when you broke away, you shot up, okay? Like, your reputation shot up. Everything went up for you because you did what was best for you. Um, this makes me think of something I was saying in the store. I was like, dude, I'm tired of being a good person. And I felt like as soon as I said that, it was like a ding in my head. And it was like, I'm going to be a good person for me first. And then, that I'm not going to be as concerned about being a good person for others. I'm going to be a good person for myself because I deserve that goodness, right? And I felt like it was some type of like Eureka moment. Was it Eureka? Eureka? Eureka moment where I was just like, yeah, like, it's not about other people, okay? Like, I'm still breaking out of certain levels of people pleasing, okay? Because childhood was crazy, right? But the more I continue on my self-love journey and my self-care journey, I'm like, dude, yeah, like, there's certain things that I'm breaking out of, and I'm like, whoa, never even saw it like that. Because sometimes I get so caught in like maybe black and white and what's good and what's wrong, but sometimes it's not about that. Like, be good for yourself. Be good for yourself, okay? So it's kind of like that energy. Like, you're being good to yourself, and you're being rewarded for it, okay? Like, you're building a really great reputation for being good to yourself. So, two cards for the world. Two cards for the world, please. I'm gonna take it. Okay. Yes. All right. So you're more focused on, instead of being focused on like proving yourself to a group of people or to a whole community of people, you're instead focusing more so on like one-on-one relationships. I'm also getting someone's literally raising a child. So it's like you're at that stage where you kind of have to be very hands-on because like your child's very like a sponge. They're like a sponge. And it's like you have to be very hands-on. And this person wants you to be as connected as you were when you didn't have a kid. And it's just like my child needs me, like my teenager needs me, like even adult kids. Sometimes people, you got to teach your children how to adult or something. So it's like you have people who need you on a personal sense, and this person feels betrayed because you're not showing up to their events or their parties or their issues, their problems. You're not as able to talk. And they're saying that like all you care about is maybe like your family, or your own personal relationships, or your own self-love, right? Yeah, with this Knight of Wands, just very selfish. They're saying you're selfish, and that's what they're saying behind your back. Like, they're that group three is extremely selfish, and and this is where they're like, I did this for them, and I was there for them, and they went through this, and this, and when they lost this, I gave them this, and you know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of this whole, and they're really playing it up because I feel like they're saying that they did more than they actually did in the situation, and in real the real truth is that this person really only cares about their own agenda and their own pleasure, And the fact that you're not Ace of Cups and the upright, giving them the attention that they need, giving them, maybe even the knowledge or the resources that they need when they want it, they feel as if you are betraying them. Um, it's a little immature. I'm not going to lie. It's a little immature with the judgment. Yeah. And they've just made they've made this bigger than what it really is. And they brought all these people into it. Like, they've brought quite a bit of people into this situation. Because it's like with this Gemini energy, I'm literally getting like they are talking to anybody who will listen about the situation. Anything else about what they're saying? Because yes, they're saying you're a know-it-all, especially because of this accomplishment that you have. Especially like if anyone does anything with mental health as well. I mean, I hope there are no therapists watching me. Oh gosh. Okay, not saying you can't be a therapist and oh, motivational speakers, coaches, something like that. Oh my goodness. Counselors as well. Oh, yeah. Exy. This person is saying that you use your ex appeal to get what you want. Like, you flirt your way to the top. I think this person's mad that you're attractive. Okay, so they feel betrayed because you maybe removed yourself. You removed yourself from this community. So maybe they feel betrayed, they feel used, like they just never really mattered. Staring in reverse, yeah, like you don't even look their direction anymore. You're not even concerned about what they're going through, how they feel. Soft spot. Yeah. Okay, so maybe you have a soft spot in this person's like heart, and I guess they thought that they meant a lot to you. Staring in reverse, kitchen witch. Okay, so you remember when I said this person will do anything to win? So this person could be trying to do like kitchen witch magic, love magic with herbs and things that they can find in their home. They could be trying to like, bind themselves to you, do love magic, do like a come to me spell, call me spell. I'm also getting like subliminals. It could be playing subliminals. Moon magic. They're so desperate to get in your energy. They run into the witchy woo woos. Okay, they getting into the woo woo, trying to get into your energy, baby. Lonely. Yeah, they're saying that you're lonely. But also they could be saying that you do magic to succeed and to, accomplish things. Um, Romantic with, yeah. Okay, so this person could be saying that you do magic on like your actual partners, or you do magic, like glamour magic, to make yourself look attractive, laid back. And that's why you're so laid back and confident, because you do magic, right? But you see how this fell on top of the criminal, on their energy. They the one that do magic. This person is projecting really hard onto you. And the truth of the matter is, it's them. They do those things. And I think because, now this is a download. This is a download, y'all. If you and this person do something similar as far as like your career, this person has done shady things to get to where they want to go. They slept around. Like I said, they do anything to win, anything to win, anything to get their spot, their place. They pay people to do strange things. They put spells on. They put curses. Heck, they've done dirty things to get to where they want to go. And maybe there's something about you where with this star in the reverse, I don't think that you know how magnetic and attractive your energy is, but there's certain things that this person had to do that you didn't have to do. And now they're placing their persona onto you because they think it's impossible. It's impossible for you to have achieved what you've achieved without having to do dirty things. So they're projecting and they're kind of telling on themselves because they're saying, well, there's no way they could have made it to this, and this. There's no way they could have made it to this status or in a relationship if they didn't do magic or they didn't do rituals or they didn't do like strange things or slept with the boss. There's no way that they could have made it to where they are. There's no way they could have made it online without paying for subscribers or paying for followers, like that type of thing. There's no way this person could have made it without that, because they're telling on themselves that's what they did. You know what I'm saying? People will tell on themselves. And I don't know if anyone else realizes that they're telling on themselves. Yeah, Spirit's not going to tell me. It's quiet. Yeah, I think that's the message, y'all. We're going on 30 minutes. So that's the message. This person is talking a lot of trash, but I think all it's doing is giving you more attention and it's working in your favor if you ask me, okay? So this person is doing a lot of publicity work for you. All right. Because I don't know. And that's a whole nother thing. So I think not a lot of people actually believe this person because if you can't keep your mouth shut about this person, you're constantly talking about them and talking about them and talking about them, it then makes people go and look over at them and they're going to want to get in contact with them and want to talk to them. And then when they go and look at you and you are in a constant state of shine and perseverance and strength, and it's like they look at you and they're just like, this person is very well capable, they know a lot, and you're, yeah, sure, maybe group 3 is good looking. Okay, group 3 is good looking, maybe they do have spiritual beliefs, but they also have knowledge, they also have a natural magnetism to them, and they don't have to talk trash. They don't have to talk trash about you to get to where they are. Okay, about this person, you don't talk trash about them. You're not over here talking about them. You're over here worried about yourself and overcoming whatever is thrown in your freaking lane, and people watching you do that. I don't think you know how like amazing you are because you have a person in the background talking about you nonstop, just constantly in your energy, speaking and throwing around all these accusations, and you are still persevering. And even if it's just like in a relationship, even if it's just like in a interpersonal thing, right? It's not like on a wide scale. People are looking at you and being like, if this person is not also talking trash, because if both people are talking trash, and people would just be like, say la vie. But if you're minding your business and this person's focused on you, it then makes you look really freaking cool. It makes you look like, dang, like this person is pressure. Okay? So your persona to these people that they're talking to is that, man, group 3 is pressure. To this person, you are so many awful things, and that's because they're all of those awful things and they can't accept it. So yeah, that's your message, group 3. You're pretty doggone awesome. Okay, bye. Collective, all the things I've gone through to get this reading to you guys. Okay, we finally got nails together somewhat, but it's a different topic for a different day. Okay, but now we are here, group 4. Like, if y'all seen any of the other groups, I think like group 1 and group 3. I'm wearing like freaking finger condoms to protect my fingers because they had a reaction to products that were put on my hands. It's okay. Mercury retrograde. Okay, everything has been fixed. We're good now. Um, just giving my fingers a little bit of a break from certain products. I'm just gonna say that because the haters will not win. The haters will not win because I have a reason to believe that it was a little bit more than just natural, but they ain't gonna win. They never do. They never do because I'm still here. I'm still making videos, right? Yeah. So, with that being said, I do feel like these are haters. Okay, like these people have made personas about you, and I do feel like it's like people. Yes, I do think there's also a ringleader, but I do think it's like a group of people. I think I'm getting ahead of myself as well, but it's like they can't decide who you are. It's like one day I was hearing like as dumb as a doornail or doornail, something like that. Like some days they're calling you dumb. The next day they're calling you like freaking a mastermind of hidden agendas. The next day you're like evil little witchy. I'm not gonna lie, I'm hearing witch bitch. Okay. Um or there's something about like your spiritual beliefs that's like they think it's some type of propaganda or some like power play, just want to be different or something like that. I'm like, okay. And then the next day it's like you're spineless, like you don't make any of your own decisions. You have like a groupie vibe, like you could have friends who have like friends in high places, connections in high places, or you're connected to also just really powerful people from these people's perspective. Okay, so you just have like you have connections, friends, or a relationship where you know that person has well standing in the community or something like that, right? It also could be like a family member that's like, I don't know, something about connected to power. So there's there's something about you. I don't know if it's luck because it kind of reminds me a little bit of group 3, but group 3 it was all about them. It's all about what they did, what they accomplished. There's something about you guys where it's like there's a lot of projections on you and the people that you are connected to. Um yeah. And this could be as simple as you got the a position at work and the other person did not, and they're saying it's like because you're friends with the boss or like you have connections to like some type of like familiar like family connections with like a boss or something like that, right? Um as or this could be talking about like, oh, your husband or your um fiance, wife, even, right? They have made good financial decisions and like you're living pretty off of somebody else's dime, that type of thing. So, yeah. But it's definitely talking a lot about your connections, who you're connected to. And that's why you have what you have. It's not because of like your own capabilities as well. All right, so let's see who these people are. Because yeah, there's also like a copycat energy in this community or whoever's talking, right? There's like this copycat energy of like, oh, this person just wants to be me, they just want to be me, they just want to be me. But it's like I don't know. Hold on, y'all. Okay, who are these people? The dice really helps me to narrow it down. Libra could literally be a Libra, or moon, family, family, a Libra in the family, sun, moon, rising, second house. Um,
this could be someone who is connected to your family or that knows you on a personal sense, like knows about like your history, where you came from. Because like the second house is like a lot of people don't talk about the second house when it comes to family, but I think in Vedic astrology they talk about it more. It's like the second house is the values that were instilled in you. So someone knows like where you come from, how you have come to be who you are, right? Like they know if they weren't there when you were growing up, they know like what schools you went to, like what opportunities you were afforded as opposed to them, possibly, or maybe even compared to them. Because I don't feel because it's like if it's a copycat energy, if this person's saying they're copying you or you're copying them, it's like one day they're saying you're copying them, the next day it's like, oh, like this person's stupid. They're just not as smart as I am. That's why they can't do this, they can't do that. And then the next day it's like, oh, this person is so conniving. They have like all these secret agendas. And then the next day it's like, it's a different thing. That's why I said it feels like there's a ringleader and then there's just people listening to this person talking about you when you're not there. Okay? And I mean, they're just talking. Okay? So this person is trying to block opportunities for you. What else about this person? Who is this person? Two more cards, please. Played out and unbothered in reverse. Okay, yeah. Whoever they are, they're very obsessive, and people are getting tired of hearing this person talk about you. Oh my gosh, they are. Yeah, because I was like, I'm already tired because it's so confusing, and they can't decide what the problem is. They can't decide exactly what it is about group four that they don't like. So they act like they're unbothered, but the things that they're saying is like trying to, I guess, almost like block opportunities for you. Like, oh, this person's so inauthentic because, I had this idea first, or I wanted to do this, or I've done this first. And then they're walking behind me, they're coming behind me and doing the same thing as me. Um, but it's played out for some reason. I want to know about that played out energy. Okay. What's this played out? One card for the played out energy. Don't want me to know, huh? Girl fight in reverse. Played out girl fight in reverse. Okay. Yeah, this is just catty. This is really catty. Maybe they say these things to try to um I'm hearing latch. They're trying to latch a connection to you through talking trash, almost hoping that the stuff gets back to you so that you would come to them and try to like argue or, prove them wrong. Um it's almost like they want to get you riled up and then like act like they are just so unbothered. Like they're so unbothered. Like, oh my gosh, like you're so immature. Oh my gosh. This is given like play cousin, okay, childhood friend, like people who think that they know you and what triggers you type thing. Yuck. And I mean yuck. I mean it, y'all. Like what the heck? Hmm. Okay. Before I get into this. All right. Let's see here, y'all. Let's see. All right. What else are they saying? Because we already got so much. Okay. King of Swords. Can I have 4 in total, please? King of Swords. Wheel of Fortune. Page of Swords. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I just heard you're just lucky to be here. You're just lucky to be here. So, I don't know. Do you have a connection to like a you're just lucky to be here. Ew. This could also be like a sister-in-law, mother-in-law. Like, oh, you're just lucky to be with my son. You're just lucky to be with my brother. Like, Ugh, that feels so yucky. Yuck. Okay, so so who is this King of Swords? Who is this King of Swords? Judgment in reverse. Okay, so this is you. This is you. You are okay. So you're coming across as someone who talks a lot, and this person feels like you babble, like you're babbling. You just like they feel like you talk too much. You talk too much. Um, like you like to hear yourself speak. That seems to be what they're saying. Like, oh, this person just they just talk. Why won't they just shut up? Yeah, yeah. I'm so sorry, y'all. I mean, this is what you're here to know, right? So it's like, it is what it is. So yeah, this person feels like you talk too much, but there's no power in what you have to say. Like you don't know a lot. Maybe you think you know a lot, but you don't. Hmm. Mm. One more for the King of Swords, please. I hope y'all can see it. Yeah, y'all can see it. Yeah. It's something about you liking to hear yourself speak. Like the okay. So maybe you talk over people sometimes, okay? I know my ADHD people, spectrum people are just neurodivergent. Um, you are very excitable when you're talking about something that you're interested in, and maybe you talk over people. I don't think it's on purpose here with this judgment in reverse. I think that you're just a type of person that I think the reason it's coming off immature to this person is because it's almost like a knee jerk reaction. Like when you see a problem, you could even have Virgo placements. When you see a problem, you immediately are trying to solve it. And when you're definitely a problem solver. You're also just full of knowledge. I think you know a lot of different things. Maybe you are an avid reader, or you keep up with current events, or you like to be well studied in things, or you just have a great education and you know a lot of different things. I'm also hearing big words, like you use big words to sound smart. But I'm trying to figure out why these people or this person specifically called you stupid, because that was the very first thing I heard, like dumb as a doornail, dumb as a doornail, and I'm like, I think it's because one thing that's really interesting about air signs is that despite the fact that they love knowledge and they love to to debate and exchange thoughts back and forth, sometimes air signs can be almost in their own heads and they can come across absent, like they're not in the moment and they're not being present, and it comes across ungrounded, which in case people can think that you are incapable, but it's not that you're actually incapable. It's that there's so many thoughts, there's so many different things going through your mind at any given moment that sometimes you might drop something, when you're yeah, you might drop things. You might be a little clumsy because you got more going on in your brain than you are bringing out into the present. So maybe you struggle with grounding a little bit. And I guess with this judgment in reverse, it's like judgment is almost like the outcome of a thing, right? Um, Judgment can be a bad outcome depending on what you have to offer or what you've learned up until this point. And judgment could also be a good outcome depending on, what you've practicalized and manifested. So with this judgment in reverse, it's like having a whole bunch of knowledge and nothing to do with it to this person's perspective. So they feel like you are, maybe you have a great education, you were afforded to go to different schools and be a part of different environments where you got to really learn a lot, but they feel like you don't use it, which in case that's why they're calling you stupid, I guess. um like, why would you know all of these different things? Why would you have had all these experiences and then you don't do anything with it? Now that might not actually be true because they're in your business, okay? They're in your business. They don't know what you're doing with your knowledge. All right? Unless you tell them. So if you are private, this person has absolutely no idea what you do with your education, your fancy education, or this extremely elaborate mind with all these big words that you express. They don't know what you're doing with it. I don't think they need to. But, this person's really in your business. Um And there's something about, like, with this cock block being the first card out, I think they like to talk trash about you to almost like to dismiss you, dismiss who you are. Like, because you're a king of swords. So at the end of the day, you are very smart. You're very, very smart. You might have a wide vocabulary. You might know a lot of different things, but it's almost like this person, whoever they are, they talk down on you to make themselves feel better so they can like dismiss your intellect. Maybe they don't have an education like you do. Maybe they don't have that same background. Um, because I'm like, you could be a, a lot of great things, but like, you know, what is this? Wheel of Fortune. Two cards for the Wheel of Fortune. This is just, ugh. Wheel of Fortune. One more. Um. Okay, so Wheel of Fortune. Yeah. So it's essentially them saying that you sabotage yourself. You sabotage yourself. You miss opportunities because Wheel of Fortune is like, that fated moment, that fated opportunity, where it can go in your favor or it cannot go in your favor. You waste opportunities. You waste um time even. This person's being very, very hard on you. I'm not gonna lie. They're being very just dis like dismissive and rude because it's just like for you to be this pressed and not actually, if you're this pressed, then why aren't you doing something to help this person? Like, why aren't you saying this to this person, maybe to help them or to, open their eyes? The fact that they're saying this behind your back is like, you're messy. Like, you're so mean. Like, ugh. Okay. So yeah, they're saying that you sabotage yourself, that when opportunities come for you to maybe better yourself or to present all of the intellect, knowledge, wide vocabulary, okay, maybe even talents that you have. When it comes to your intellect, you purposefully like pass them up because of maybe anxiety or some type of mental health issue. They, for some of you, they're saying you use your mental health as some type of crutch so that you don't ever have to prove your capability. Yeah. No, I'm sorry. So this guy's like, this person's a piece of shit. Like, I'm like, yeah, they are. They're trash. Like, this person's really freaking trashy. This is so distasteful. And I think that's probably why this is played out because For you to have said all of this stuff and never actually, like, saying all these things behind someone's back and never actually saying it to their face, like what are you achieving? Nothing. You're just being extremely cruel. Like really, really cruel. Like your life, your bills, your home, your family, your relationships better be A1 talking this much trash about somebody. Like not one bill in your on your list of things to do better be freaking late because you talk so much trash. Cause this is like y'all, group three had someone who was just like shedding all of this like negative energy on them, and it wasn't nearly as chatty as what I'm getting here. And it's all like in the middle of it all is one person who's just like this is mostly someone else talking to a group of people in a private setting. Could be at a dinner table because I am seeing a dinner. I'm seeing like a large table, a living room, a sitting area. So they meet up in someone's house. They meet up in someone's house or some type of like gathering where you can like eat, drink, and they just let loose. They just and as soon as someone mentions you, they just well this and that and this and like oh my gosh. So what's this Page of Swords? Two cards for the Page of Swords, please. I'm not staying in this energy for too long. Like they don't even deserve too much time to even okay, so it's right back to these opportunities. Right back to so okay. I'm sorry, y'all, because I know y'all always say like, "Oh, Michaela be crying." I don't know why this makes me a little emotional, because I'm just not that type of person, y'all. I really am not. Like, I love doing these readings for you guys because it's good to know. It's good to know. Like you could be sitting in front of this person's face and they could be playing like, everything's cool. So it's good to know so that you know exactly what the heck is really going on, okay? But I don't know. Like like how fake people can really be, how cruel people can really be. Like it kind of it touches the heart a little bit and I just be like this is really the world we live in. But cuz I promise you I would never spend this much time talking trash about somebody. I might say a couple sentences and I'm moving on because who's got life to waste like that? I'm not spending my 24 hours in a day talking this much trash about someone else. I'm good. Like, hello. But yeah. So I guess this is where this person feels like they see you, okay? They feel like there's nothing that you're doing that's necessarily secret to them. Okay, so maybe this person could possibly be older than you, or they feel like they're more mature than you. And I'm saying mature very loosely. They feel like they're more mature or once again more capable. Something about this capability, okay? Um, they feel like they don't waste their opportunities the way that you do. They don't um have they feel like you're so like you're a simpleton, okay? And everything that you do is just so like simplistic. Maybe you don't have goals to like take over the world or be extremely rich from their perspective, right? Like you could have lofty goals, but from their perspective, everything about you is just so simplistic. You just seem so like okay with like the bare minimum. Um it's like it doesn't seem like you want anything big in life. It's just like how can you just be okay with just like this face? Like how can you just do that? Like how can you just be okay with that? Like like ugh. Like you're so simple. Like you just want to spend your weekends like to yourself. Like you spend your free time like reading freaking books. Like you don't want to go out. You don't want to travel. You don't want to see the world, especially cuz we had the temperance in reverse. I was trying to put it back. It fell on the floor. The cards have been doing that lately, okay? Um but with the temperance in reverse, temperance to me, I'm thinking like both land and sea. Um, they they think you don't want more out of life and that you're okay with the lakes and the lakes and the things that you're used to. Um, you don't want to go chasing waterfalls. You don't want to, put yourself out there and maybe start a new business venture. You're okay with working your 9 to 5. You're okay with working at Amazon or something. You're okay with being a girlfriend. You don't ever want to be a wife, or you're okay with just your day to day, and you don't have goals to expound upon things, or maybe even to go back to school. Like you're just okay. You're just okay with whatever life throws at you, and you just let it all happen, and whatever falls into the place, and like you don't have any ambitions in their mind. Um, you don't have any agenda to better yourself. You're just so simple. And that's why, once again, this is played out. I don't know how long this person has been talking trash. What is this page of wands in reverse? Gosh, like I'm getting tired. This is tiring. Five of Pentacles in reverse. So somebody has roommates here. I know. Like, how did you get that from Five of Pentacles? Somebody has roommates here, or you have some type of community of your own, and maybe that allows you to kind of move through life a bit more freely. And once again, for the person who has the roommates, are just like you're okay with community living. Like, bro, what is wrong with this person? They're so shallow. They're so shallow. And if it's not like community living, it's like you are more like you are charitable to a certain extent. With this page of wands in reverse, it's like, hmm, you do live in the moment. And I think that's also why with this five of wands, like they're all five of these wands are different opinions, and they're all clashing against each other. This person doesn't know exactly how they feel about you. One moment, 1 second you're smart, and you think you know everything, and you're just so capable, but you don't do anything with it. The next moment you're a waste of space. The next moment you are a simpleton who's stupid and you don't know what the heck you want to do with your life. The next moment you are a party person and you are just doing whatever with whoever and just throwing your body to the wind, and you just dancing and going out and doing all this crazy stuff. But then they just said you were a simpleton who didn't go out and do anything.
Okay, we're back without a mic this time because whew, the camera died. We're back now, y'all. It's okay because I think I needed to break myself. Um, I feel like this person and the people that they are talking to should be ashamed of themselves. Like genuinely, okay? I'm not even like trying to be funny or, like it's not that. It What this really sounds like is that you are living your life in real time and making genuine decisions and doing what's best for you and your overall happiness for yourself. And with this girl fight energy, because that's what I thought about when everything died, okay? Um, Competition at war, um, physical fight, and arguments in reverse with played out. It seems like you're like the played out version of this is that I guess these people are beating a dead horse when it comes to you. You left this community thinking a long time ago for your own personal happiness, and that's beautiful. But these people are stuck in this community thinking. Um, they feel like you should be afraid of being left out of said community. You should be afraid of where your life is going to end up. But it seems like you're living life in real time and enjoying yourself. Sometimes you're to yourself. Sometimes you're out drinking or partying. Sometimes you are, seeking your own independent knowledge. Sometimes you are, sharing knowledge. Other times, maybe you don't want to talk. It seems like you're very balanced. Like you're not just one thing. And I think all of these people are very shallow. They do stuff because of what it looks like. Um, and it's really weird. Like as we've come into the age of Aquarius, I feel like stereotypes or social stereotypes are getting worse before they get better. It's like it almost has to completely expose itself before it can be broken down. And I feel like a lot of social stereotypes about what it looks like in society based off of labels and all of these different things. Because if I'm a mom, then that means I have to completely strip myself of all sensual, sexual energy. I have to be completely, kid friendly. That's just not true. I think moms should go out with their friends. They should have that break away from their children, right? You love them, but you can get lost in the role. Um, and maybe you don't care about those roles and what all of those roles mean to people in society. You don't limit yourself with that. Like, yes, you're smart, but you can also strip away all of that intellect and just be in the moment and have fun. Like, there's something about these, I'm thinking they're older people. I think they're older people who watched you grow up. And family, friends, distant relatives type things. And they watched you grow up, and maybe they had anticipations of what your life is supposed to look like. And now that they're old and decrepit and they can't do much of anything, they just sit around and they talk with each other about each other's kids. Okay, old and decrepit was not what I was trying to say, but it came out. So, whatever. And I guess when it gets to you, everybody has so much to say. Now, the copycat energy, I feel like once again, whoever's the ringleader about this, whoever's speaking the most, they feel like they've made mistakes in their life. Okay. And I think that's why they're projecting onto you because they're afraid that you're going to make those same mistakes. Um, Maybe as a parent, in your love life or what have you, in your job, in your career, in your status, they feel like you're going to make some bad decisions and they hoped that you'd make better decisions and blah, 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 blah. But I think there's also a whole nother part of this too. The world is changing. The world is changing. The world is not the same way it was maybe in the 60s and the 70s in the 80s. It's not that anymore. It's not the same as it was in the 50s. So, especially from the people who are like maybe content creators or something like that, right? A lot of the people in the older generation don't see how that could be lucrative. Oh my gosh. Hold on, y'all. A lot of people in the older generation don't understand that. They don't get it. But a lot of things are going to the internet. So I believe that, I mean, I'm an Aquarius rising, okay? So I am very like futuristic in mindset, but I believe building yourself a platform can be very lucrative for future dealings because that's where everything is going. Is it for everybody? No. Is there other ways to also make money? Yes. But I feel like these people are very practical and they want you to be practical and they care a lot about how things look. Okay. So I would probably assume that this is like a young, like an older crowd talking about a younger person, or people around your age who are living their life differently and think that, you're being left behind, when I don't think you're being left behind at all. It seems like you're living a pretty full life. You're living a life full of balance. Okay, and it sounds great. It seems really fun. It seems very fulfilling, and I think you should keep living your life in a way that makes you happy, because at the end of the day, we could be out of here tomorrow. Okay, nuclear bomb strike, boom, we're all out of here. Okay, and I mean it's dark, but hey, I'm a Scorpio moon. Okay, like we could all die tomorrow. And I think waiting to be happy to fulfill some type of like stereotype, it just doesn't make sense. So if you're happy and you're living your life or you're striving to be happy and to fulfill yourself, I don't feel like you should feel bad about it. Um, because these people are very bothered and they're raising their own blood pressure worrying about you. So um, keep being you, keep doing you, and that is your, I guess, persona to these people. And this is what they're saying behind your back. I'm so sorry, but they'll be all right. Bye, y'all.